You probably heard two extremes. Of course, you need a website, or forget the website, just get clients. I get this question a lot. Do I actually need a website to get started, to have clients? And here's the thing that nobody tells you about your website in your coaching business. That is not the problem. It's not whether or not you have one. The problem is, what do you actually do with it? And for most new coaches, the answer is not much. That's what we're going to talk about today. So be sure to stay around, hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so. Today, we are going to talk about whether or not you need to have a website to get started, to get clients, to do whatever it is that you want to do in your coaching business. You might be thinking about putting your website together if you're just starting out, or if you got a couple of years into your business and you finally put your website into the world. You want it to look pretty. You're probably choosing your favorite color, your good pictures, and then what do you do at the end once it's created? It's probably just sitting there and you wait. So nobody else knows about your website besides your friends and family that you have shared to a few. And the rest of the time, you're just hoping that someone will stumble upon it, like it's a lemonade made on a quiet street, and somehow somebody drove around is going to discover, oh, there's a lemonade stand. And that is what you do with that website. Or you might have thought about, I'm going to run some Google ad. Love that idea. Google ad, it's not that simple. You have to be crystal clear on your keywords, how people are searching for answers, and the ad setup. It's just very complicated. So, if we're really going to be real, most coaches are not setting it up for that way. So, what happened? You either leave your website sitting like a digital tumbleweed, it's just hanging out on the internet, or you're paying hundreds, if not thousands, to have an expert to set up your Google ad so that it can show on top of the Google search. And on top of that, hundreds of dollars to set up the Google ad, you had already spent it to build that website. So now your website is not just a $500 or $200 investment, it's a $2,000 investment. At the end of the day, it's a money pit. And listen, if you got that kind of money to burn, by all means, go for it. But if you're trying to work smarter, keep your business lean, and get paying clients before you start playing with the expensive marketing toys, then the real question is not, do I need a website? The real question is, am I ready for one? Do I have the words to put on it that actually attract the right clients? And this is where most coaches I meet are at. Their niche is still wobbly. The offer is either too generic or too complicated. It makes people even like more confused. But if you ask what will your client actually walk away with when they are done working with you, they can't really say it in one clear sentence. So the answer comes down to not, do I need a website? It's more like, when I need a website. Let's talk about exactly when you should have it. It's usually when you got the foundation locked in. Do you have a niche? Is it clear? You know how to articulate your coaching package, not just by stating the number of session or how long is it going to be. When you have those foundation clear, that is when your website is going to stop being a money pit and start being your business home base. When you can have a clear niche and you know how to articulate your coaching package, you started to reach a couple of things. One, consistency. Now you have a system in place where your website is going to give people a place to land. It's not just hanging out freely on the internet and trying to get people's attention. You know exactly how to drive the traffic so that people will go and visit your website, and you know when you're going to share your website so to have that consistency. The second thing you're going to be able to achieve is your credibility. Now, at this point, you're probably going to start pitching to your podcast, speaking at events, or even hosting your own workshop, or maybe you're sending in proposal to companies. You need to have a clean professional website that makes you look like you are the real deal. And that is when you want to start building and thinking about your website. You don't want to send these podcasts or speaking opportunity or even the corporate environment and companies to a website that you are still wishy-washy and your niche is still wobbly and you don't have a clear offer that you can articulate on your website. That just doesn't look very professional. The third thing that you know you're ready to have this website is once you have nailed your messages and your website become your 24/7 spokesperson on the internet, and while you're sleeping, someone can actually read your About Me page, check out your offer, and decide, yep, she's a coach for me, and I am going to book a call right here. When you are at this stage, your website doesn't just look pretty, it actually brings you client because it is rooted in a message that was tested, that you have tried, and not just throwing stuff together and putting everything together. So yeah, eventually you do need to have a website. So now that we know when would be a good time for you to actually have your website done, let's talk about what exactly do you focus on first. Let's say you are still quite new on the beginning of your journey, or maybe you're a couple years into your business, and maybe you have already put up this website and it's just sitting there, it's not doing much for you and you're just feeling discouraged, you're not sure where to begin. So before you blow any more budget on the color, on rebranding, focus on this. First of all, ask yourself, can you explain what you do in one clear sentence? Can you describe your client's problem better than they can? And can you tell me right now what your clients actually get when they finish working with you? If any of the answers to the above question is um then your website can wait. Whether you want to rebrand it, you want to do it again, you want to do it over, just put it on the hold and don't worry about it for now. Okay. What you need at this stage is to have conversation. What you want is you want to test your message out loud with real people, with real audience. So get yourself out there. Forget about the website. Don't send people onto the website. Send them to your calendar. The second thing you want to focus on is you want to making your offer, making your package, offer your package or service to those you're having conversation with, and get a couple of clients coming in so that you can provide, you can coach them, you can provide them with the result that they're walking away with. And this is what we call a niche validation. What you want to do is you want to get out there and validate that this is a niche with a market where there's going to be people who want to buy. And this way, your message will actually resonate with people. And by then, you can then have the clarity to put it onto your website. And then you can start working on the rebranding if you want to, or simply update your messaging on your website. And that website I promise you, is going to do a better job than if you're just trying to throw everything together and it sounds generic, the offer looks generic, and it really doesn't show your personality at all. You don't want that. You want to start with your niche validation first so that you can get out there and validate this is actually something that people want to buy. How do you do that? You start with your conversation. So, going back to do you actually need a website? It's the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is, are you ready for one? And if you're not sure what stage of your coaching business you're at, I actually created a 2 minute coaching business assessment. It's going to show you where your business is right now and what to focus on next so that you're not wasting your time or your money on the wrong thing. Plus, I'm going to send you a customized resource based on your current stage of your coaching business so that you can focus on working on what actually matters. If you want to take the assessment, simply go to quiz.coachingbizbuilder.com, or there's a link in the description box down below. Yeah. So the short answer, whether or not do you need a website? Yes, eventually you do need to have a website, but only when it is the megaphone for a message that has already proven to attract the right people. Otherwise, you can easily do this with just one page white paper in a PDF format so that you can focus on having the conversation rather than a digital place to collect dust. And if you like this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this with a coach who needs to hear about it. Until then, keep coaching, and I will see you in the next episode.